Welcome to Liquid Courage, candid conversations that give you an inside look into Canada's entertainment industry. I'm your host, Amanda Pereira. Every episode, I sit down with ridiculously talented folks from right here in Canada. And with some liquid courage, I ask the questions we're all dying to know. From career wins to total faceplants, hilarious missteps to surprising breakthroughs, and behind-the-scenes tips you can actually use. These chats remind us we're all just figuring it out. So why not do it together? Today, I sit down with Liz Johnston as we sip on some gin and sonics together. Liz is an actor and producer based in Toronto. On stage, she's been a member of the renowned Second City Mainstage company and a repertory player at the Bad Dog Theatre Company. She was nominated for a Canadian Comedy Award for her co-created show Entrances and Exits, and just finished performing in Second City Toronto's Rudolph Runs Wild and Knife Fight Theatre's Invasion Christmas Carol. Liz's work spans stage, television, voice acting, and innovative live experiences, including the acclaimed telephonic improv show, The Ministry of Mundane Mysteries, featured in the New York Times. On screen, you can catch her on shows like Apple TV's Murderbot, Nickelodeon's Star Falls, and CBC's Murdoch Mysteries. Most recently, you can hear Liz's voice work in the best-selling game, Lil Guardsman. If during this conversation you hear something referenced, like a TV show or a podcast that we say is amazing and you want to check it out, don't worry, I got you covered. Check the episode description and I've linked everything there for you. Okay, well, hi, Liz. Welcome. We did it. Hi. Okay, we sneaky saw before that we might have the similar glasses. Not exactly the same. Yes. And then we quickly screamed.
I was commenting on how I have my water glass, which is almost identical to my drink glass, which is this massive wine glass, but it's from Bad Dog.
Okay, so I only have the little ones, but I was like, I should drink from a Bad Dog glass today.
I love that. And mine is clearly
completely faded.
You need to stop putting it in the dishwasher. Oops.
Oh, mine is. You know what? Little and mighty. She's been fine. Maybe you've had yours longer, though. I got it
around for a minute.
Okay. I got mine when they were like closing down their physical space and they were like, come and get things. And then
we should get them to do a limited release.
I would order so many glasses. I actually love this size too, because it's
Those are nice.
Not too big, not too small. Yeah, like a half pint maybe. Although my partner made this drink for me today, which was so kind. And I wanted to try it on here, but I took a tiny little sip, and she's strong. She's small and strong.
Well, let me say this.
Yes.
The reason I put it in a pint glass is
tell me.
Because the majority of the drink is just soda water.
Oh, I love that. Okay, mine is not at this point.
No, because especially if you got a double.
Right. Yes. Because what did you call it? Okay, so your drink today you called a classic longer drink. Yes. So did you give it that name? Is that a name of a drink?
I referred to it that way, not thinking it would be a title, but I like it.
Oh, I see. Okay, great.
No,
I see. Oh, okay. Right.
As opposed to a short drink.
Right. Got it. Classic.
But it's not really what you would call it, but this is what I used to drink when I was doing a show or when I was watching a show or something, or at Second City or Bad Dog or wherever, because I'm not much of a beer drinker. I used to love beer, but my tummy doesn't anymore. So I would drink this and I would put a double, but I would put that much. It's Sonic, so half soda, half tonic. And that usually takes up the majority. And then you can kind of sip it slowly, but it feels like a real drink. But I find you get one of these.
I know, the tiny little ones. I know.
What am I going to do? And it's, and then I drink, and then it's ice, and you're like, I just don't want that. I want a drink that I can have over the course of a couple of hours.
Yes.
Or whatever. And just sit there a couple of hours. Just
wink.
I'm
like a slow slip. Oh dear. I am a slow sipper. I take a long time to eat or drink. And I like a nice big drink that I can just slowly sip on throughout the night. I'm the same with you. Same as you.
Even like
Jesus.
3 slow sips.
How
many are in that?
Well,
I find, yes, if I like to slowly sip, well, no, I mean, depends on the evening, but I enjoy a drink I can sip as well. But I just find if you have the little straw and the little tiny glass, you're like, suddenly had all of this drink and it's been 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Wow. Whoops.
I know. And expensive. Like it gets to be it's too much because it's just
which
as
is,
much.
I'd rather have a beer or I'd rather have, a tall can of cider or something. But then the ciders get really sweet.
I
Listen,
know.
we can talk about this for a long time.
I know. I can't have gluten anymore, so I am exactly the same. I'm like, do I want a sugary cider? There is no beer, or do I want to spend $20 on a drink? And I hate it. I hate all of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, Liz, I have known you for quite a while, but not really. We don't really know each other. Like, I think. No, you
I've
wouldn't.
known you for a long time. But do we really know each other?
But we
My
don't
camera
really know
went
each other
blurry
because she's like, I don't even know who this is.
Who is that?
We maybe met, like, I want to say maybe a decade ago, but we haven't really gotten to know each other. I thought off the top here, I could just ask you like a bunch of random little quick questions.
Oh, okay.
Just like get to know each other a little bit more.
Fire.
And such is the product sometimes of comedy or acting community, where you are just like in proximity with people and enjoy their company and then never really get to know them on a personal level. And with you specifically, I'll just say right off the top, it's also because I'm very intimidated by you, because I think you are, I'm going to say it and then we're going to move on because I know you're going to hate it. You are one of the most talented performers and improvisers like I have ever seen. And I was really starstruck with you by many years, maybe even up to this year. Well, 2025. We'll go maybe, but you know what? But now I'm fine.
Went downhill.
No, so so I was like, I think that's also why I never really approached him. I was like, let's get a drink and let's chat and hang out and get to know you. So I finally did with this.
That's so nice. I'm so glad. No, and that's very kind of you to say. And how does one take a compliment?
No, one doesn't.
but thank you.
Absolutely.
And I've also always been like, oh my gosh, she has this cool podcast, and maybe she'll invite me one day.
Can I tell you, TikTok, it took this long because I've literally said to people, I'd love to have Liz on, but I couldn't talk to her, so I can't. It's literally been because I am a bit too starstruck by you. And then I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? No. So that is...
Anyone listening, Google
that has been the delay.
Come again? That's so
but
nice.
that's on them. They should know you.
That's on, you know what? That's on the internet.
That's on them. That's on the internet. That's on the internet.
AI.
That's on AI to fix right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 7 little questions for you.
Right,
I'm gonna throw at you.
Thieves. Okay,
7 thieves. I did try and come up with a reason why there was 7, and there wasn't. They just all felt fun, so I was gonna ask them. Okay, your Instagram bio says pie enthusiast. What is your favorite pie these days?
Unchanged since inception, 2013.
Still loving pie, I guess.
I sometimes forget about that as an entity, like the fact that you can change that.
Yeah. I know. I have so many emojis and I cringe. And then I couldn't figure out how to change it, after my name. And
I'm sure I had tickets to a show at some point. Did I ever remove that?
From 2013 also.
Right. Okay, yes.
That's great. What's your favorite pie these days? Yeah.
These days? Wow. Okay. I mean, I love pie. I do love pie. And I've always loved pie. I feel like it's taken a bit of a backseat recently, and you reminded me of that it's so prominent in my bio. And so not a part of my life in the way it should be. What do I love? Okay, pie. There's so many good pies. My grandmother was this amazing baker. She made the best pies in the world. It was like a farm situation where all the farm hands would go out in the wee hours of the morning and then come back, and there'd be this insane spread and 6 pies or something at the normal hour of 8 or something. So she just had this amazing ability with pie. So I grew up really obsessed with these pies and have been trying to find the same level of pie. She died when I was quite young, so now I'm gotta find it. Hard to find. I would say for me, a strawberry rhubarb is a classic. A really good blueberry pie. There was this woman, shout out to Bee's Pies, that are no longer being made. She would make a blueberry pie. She was somewhere in rural Ontario, and they would certain places could get it. God, she was good. I don't even think it was Bee's originally. It was the mom, and then the daughter took it over. Anyway, I don't know, but those were the best. Blueberry pie, wild blueberry pie, classic strawberry rhubarb.
Yeah.
I had a really excellent. You shouldn't have asked me about pie.
I guess it should still be in your bio because apparently it's still accurate. Okay, no, there was
really
this
good
really
bubbleberry pie in the Yukon, and I still think about it. Every once in a while, I Google.
Bumbleberry.
It was a place called the Steak and Fish Pit. I don't know if it still exists. Are you
Oh,
guys,
wow.
you guys out there, listeners? You guys up in
Up in Yukon, let us
Whitehorse?
know,
It was
please.
really good, and I think I was probably like 13 or something. But I still Google
Oh.
Steak and Fish Pit every once. I think it changed its name. Anyway, what's next? What's next?
Great. I don't even know what bumbleberry is. Didn't even know that was a thing. So
Bumbleberry. Well, because it's
blowing
a,
my
a
mind.
mix of berries.
See, this is why you're the pie enthusiast, and this is why I have random emojis in my name, and I can't figure out how to take it out.
Lot
so much. How would you describe your ideal vacation?
Wow, this is a great question as well.
Oh.
This is a great question. That is,
I think your standards for great questions are a little bit.
no,
But it's fine. We're gonna rate
amazing.
them.
I've
Okay,
never heard
this
this
is
question.
great.
I've
This is
never
great.
heard this question.
I never heard, and it's topical. Okay, great. Ooh,
It's topical because I'm about to go on vacation.
Beautiful.
I'm about to go on vacation unless my daughter is sick, and that's why I'm looking at my phone right now.
Oh, no. Yeah. Let's set the stage. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
should
mean,
set the
no
stage.
more, but
I
just
did
that everybody
discover
knows.
that my daughter has a small fever, but she's with her grandma happily. So I'm just doing a
good.
little check-in. So,
Yeah.
dear listeners and
You see.
viewers,
Yeah.
that's why I'm looking down. Okay, vacation. Usually, I really like to go on. Okay, what do I like? I really like to go to a city and explore and just walk around and kind of just get the, I don't know, energy of a place and go to the museums and find a restaurant and all that kind of stuff that seems harder and harder to do these days. But now that I have a 2-year-old, I am embarking on my first ever all-inclusive vacation next week. So my husband and I decided that would be really fun and easy, because the idea of just walking around and feeling the energy of a place with a 2-year-old sounds like an absolute nightmare.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to think about food, and I don't want to, what can she eat that? Where can we find it? What time is this? And I don't know, all that stuff. I just want to have that not be part of my process. So we'll see. It could be a disaster.
But it could be incredible. It could be ideal. It could be absolutely ideal. Oh,
yes.
yeah. Also, this time of year, that sounds amazing to go to an all-inclusive. Like, get out of the city in the winter.
Agree.
It's miserable.
Possible. There's war brewing. Do we talk about politics here, or
only? It's a strictly political podcast. We talk about pie, vacations, and politics.
Well, I don't know where we're going to be airing, but future us. How did Venezuela turn out? Let us know.
I know. How did everything?
Let us know in the comments.
Everything. Yukon, let us know. Everybody.
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments. Okay, you're a big fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Who is the most underrated character in MCU?
I actually can't stress enough how good all these questions are, because they're all things, except for pie is also a good question, but things that I've thought about a lot recently.
Oh, great.
Okay, so the MCU was important to me because I was not a big comic book reader. Sorry. And I really came to it as a novice in the world and allowed it to shape how I saw Marvel, and just fell in love, just truly was obsessed for a long time. And then, like many of us, was disappointed when the world expanded really fast, really far.
Really, yeah.
And you couldn't keep up, and the quality started, it wasn't ideal. So that was tough for me. I forget what the question was originally.
Well, of course, because you got so excited at MCU. Who is the most underrated character, in your opinion, in the MCU?
So I have to just finish this thought, and then I'm going to come back to that.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I really, I will say this. I fell off. I haven't watched a bunch of the recent movies. I really fell off the wagon, and I haven't been sad about it. But I don't know if you've watched any of the recent trailers. We are getting so Robert Downey Jr. is returning to play Dr. Doom.
Okay, I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yes, which is iconic enough. Many saying back to save the franchise, blah, 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 blah. But the trailers that are coming out right now are for me. They're for people like me that were route it off. It's too much. I don't know who that is. I'm not dedicated enough in the comic world to understand all these pieces. They're for me. So it's literally Steve Rogers is back. That's Captain America.
Oh.
And how they come back and for how long and for what exactly, TBD.
Right.
And I'm sure there's people out there being like, shut. But don't talk about this. You don't know. But I will say the Steve Rogers one, and then there's an X-Men one where it's Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen as Magneto and Dr. Xavier. And they Professor Xavier, I'm sorry. And they get together and have a moment. And you're like, how, when, what is Deadpool canon here? Like, I don't know what's happening,
Yeah.
but I shouted out loud. I screamed out loud in my kitchen. I did.
When you saw the trailer? When you saw that bit?
It's happening!
Oh.
Yeah, I had to tell Connor, and Connor is my husband. I had to tell him immediately that. And I like had tears in my eyes. I was like, they're gonna fix it. And he was like, what are you doing?
So they're pulling you back in.
They're
like
pulling
it was
me back
the
in, and guess what?
disappointment.
It's working. And I will say this. Trailers are, in our house, we call it movie tapas. I really enjoy movie tapas a lot. I watch a lot of trailers.
Yeah.
What an art form. So all the teasers and trailers and stuff, I just love that. Who knows how the film itself will turn out? I have my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Who was the most underrated character?
Yeah. Who is the most underrated character?
The trailer editor.
Oh, Liz, you
Give them a
couldn't
raise.
have had a better answer. When I go to the movies with people and they don't care about getting there to be able to watch the trailers, they're not my people. I'm gone. I want to watch the short film festival before the film.
Of course.
I
love my
have
movie
to.
tapas. I totally agree.
Yes. Movie
Think
tapas. That's
of
beautiful.
Cameron Diaz in The Holiday.
Oh, that was a great
Red,
trailer,
not a
actually.
Scorsese Red. Remember that one? Oh, the trailer for The
For
Holiday?
The
Or the
Holiday?
trailer that she makes in The Holiday?
Oh, I was thinking
'Cause
the
that's what
trailer
I'm talking
of The
about.
Holiday.
No.
You're
she's a
thinking of-
movie editor or a trailer editor.
You're right.
Which is
Wow, I
the
forgot that.
film, the LA version of like, and she works in publishing, which is what every woman in a
100%.
book does. But
100%.
it's really quite good. And she makes a movie
Wow.
trailer with Lindsay Lohan and one of the Francos.
God, your memory recall is truly so incredible. And even in researching you,
Oh no.
it's like, oh no, it like blows my mind. And I knew it on stage, like when you improvise. I mean, that's a strength that I'm always blown away by of yours, of just like the recall from an hour ago, something like an audience member in a suggestion that they made, or like something that another performer said. And then an hour later, you will bring it up as if they just said it. It blows my mind. I was just listening to the podcast that you did with, Alessandra Vite and Alex Kalenko about Armageddon.
God.
And I was like, how is she remembering?
Yeah.
It made me want to watch Armageddon again because I watched it over and over again as a kid, similarly. And I truly was like, oh, it was, and my mom was really into Bruce Willis. So like it was on in the house.
Of course.
And of course,
It was on in the house. It was on in the
it was
house.
just on in the house.
Every room. It was
Every
on
room.
in the house.
Yeah, there were screens ever in the bathroom. It was on. And you guys were talking about stuff where I'm like, I don't even remember that this even happened. Like the first. Anyway, so your memory recall is incredible.
I love Armageddon.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
That
Okay,
podcast,
yeah.
Unfortunately, that one I'm not supposed to talk about very much because
Perfect.
this is my theme, I guess, for podcasts. As I talk about my daughter, who might have a viewer. My husband at that point called me, and while I was doing that podcast, and was like, "I have to go to the hospital. I've cut myself." But he, I can't believe I'm talking about this on another podcast.
I'm like, I don't know if you
Well,
should do
listen,
podcasts. Like,
we
what
shouldn't
happens to your
He just-
family when you
he
have
just, like,
when you do
He didn't
podcasts?
cut, he just like sliced his finger, and
Right. Okay.
unpleasant, of course.
Yeah.
But not life threatening.
Right.
And so he was like, I'm gonna go. He was also okay. He wasn't like freaking out. He was like, I'm gonna go down to the hospital just to see if it needs a stitch. And I was like, okay, great, I'm coming. I then spoke for a little bit longer about Armageddon because I was really in the groove.
Right. Of course.
And I went and met him, and I was
Right.
there when he was there, and I was with him the whole time. But he doesn't like to remember that podcast because he's like, oh, is that the time when
Yeah.
I was in the hospital and you were on a podcast for 2 more hours, which is not the case. If anyone tells you,
Fact check.
max
This was
20
not.
minutes,
Yeah. Max. But
and
I
that's
see.
and then I was very close by.
So you're like, it's gonna be fine. And
We
he's like,
are,
no,
like,
you
10 minutes
chose
into this podcast,
Armageddon.
and I have already brought up my greatest podcast disaster ever.
I'm afraid for you I'm afraid for your family with any future podcast
Me
bookings
too.
that you get. So we need to
Yikes!
just
Don't
have like a
bring me on,
sage or something.
folks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next question. You have some time to yourself. What's your favorite thing to do? What are you doing?
I love to read.
Mm.
And so I like reading my book and sitting.
Mhm.
But does anyone else have this? Let me know in the comments. Does anyone else
Yukon.
does anyone else have that feeling? Do you have that feeling where this is how the podcast works? You
That's
ask me a question,
exactly.
and then I ask, okay,
And you ask everybody else, and then
I
we
then
circle
ask
back to talk
the
about
listeners,
Armageddon.
and then
Yeah,
they come back
exactly.
to you, and then okay, got it.
Yeah.
I find it harder and harder to really sit and settle my mind unless I've like done all the tasks in the house.
Ugh.
it's really hard. And I get a lot of videos about like blah, blah, women, blah, blah, cortisol. Fine. But it is true to some extent for me of
Mm.
like, ugh, I need to just, if I could just put all the toys away, clean up the kitchen, put this away, empty the dishwasher, and then I sweep this, and then I'll do that, and then I'll do this, and then I can sit down and have a nice read.
Yeah. Yeah. And like figure out my retirement and like,
Yeah.
what am I going to do if my parents need me? And okay, did I 100%, I got parts of my body waxed today and was talking about this with her because last night, I didn't need to tell you that part. I could have just skipped to last night. I was reading my book I got a Kobo and I've been reading on my Kobo. And there was a moment where I just came back into my body, realized I had been out of it and had to like flip on a Kobo back so many pages, realizing I've read all these. Like I said the words in my head. I've heard all these sentences.
Yeah.
None of these words had value. Haven't processed. I was off thinking about a thing I didn't get invited to and an audition I have to do. And I forgot to message that friend. And this birthday gift I'm supposed to buy.
Yes.
It was completely gone. And I thought, do I have to meditate, an hour every night before I go to bed just to be able to read my book that's supposed to help me get out of the daily grind?
I know. It's so, I know. That's the worst when you're just like, I just want to be able, and it does, I find when you do sink in and start reading and that processing piece kicks in and it does feel like, oh, my muscle that is my brain is working.
Yeah.
It does feel good and it does relax me in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
But God, it's hard to get back there when you've been out of the loop. And I find even if I'm loving my book, it's hard unless I'm really, really in it. Like I'm not picking up my phone. I'm picking up my book. You know, I'm on the subway a lot reading it or whatever.
Yeah.
If I'm already kind of in the zone on vacation, then I find it's great and I can just slip back in. But if I'm not, it takes
I know it's so hard. Yeah. Very strange. Like you're a bit psychic because my next question was on Instagram, you'll share your review of the books that you've read in the previous year. So I'm curious what a book is, like what book is on your list to read for 2026?
Oh, 2026?
Yeah. Do you have a book this year that's coming up that you're like?
Books.
Oh, you have
coming
a billion.
out.
Oh no, like coming up for you.
I have a huge pile of books at all times, which is a problem. It is a problem. I'm in a book club, and our next book is actually a book that I already have read called Martyr, which is great. Kaveh Akbar is the author. Very cool book. But what am I excited to read? There's so many.
I'm in this book club, and there's this book coming up. But what do I want to read?
I already read it.
Oh, you already read it, right? Okay, got it. But you're gonna be talking about it.
I'm kind of like I'm looking at it again to think about for book club. But
I love that you're in book club. That's
what
great.
am I? It's been really fun and joyous. What is something I'm excited? I mean, okay, what's on my list? In my pile of books, I have a book called How to Be Both by Ali Smith that I'm really excited to read that I've had on my list for a while. I have
what are the boths? What are the two things to be?
Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you, because what if I get it wrong? And then I'm embarrassed forever.
The listeners in the Yukon will be so upset.
No, but it's because it is a really beautiful. Here's the thing: having not read the book,
right? I shouldn't even. Yeah.
No, but it's a beautiful thing, and I don't want to get it. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
The story is told from two perspectives. George's, a pedantic 16-year-old girl living in contemporary Cambridge, and Francesco della Cosa, an Italian Renaissance artist responsible for painting a series of frescoes in the Hall of the Months at the Piazza Chef in Ferrara, Italy. Two versions of the book were published simultaneously, in which George's story appears first, and the other in which Francesco's comes first. And so it kind of goes back and forth, and it's about people and biography and identity and everything.
Beautiful. Could you imagine if I had asked that question and that was your answer? Like that was the answer you rhymed off from your brain?
Well, it was.
It was. I don't know what I'm saying. It was. Yeah. Producer said
hey, but I'm sure there's like a hot new book I should be talking about. You know, the other book I picked up, it's called Isola.
Ooh, Isola.
Sounds like I think it's a 15th or 16th century kind of love story. Ireland, I think. You know what's good is that I'm really reading the descriptions, falling for it, and being like, yes, buying the book, and then not re-engaging. But I will say I don't like to know too much. Like I'm not out here reading reviews unless it's, being trashed. But if a book comes across my desk, then I
Publisher,
like just kind of
as every woman, publisher, book comes across your desk. Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
and I have to edit it for
Absolutely.
the new cover for
You're gonna need to.
my French beau.
Yeah.
And what else? I just picked up out of a free library today, Orlando
Oh.
by Virginia Woolf. Yeah.
They were like, there must be some new book, and you're like, 16th century Virginia Woolf. Like,
Well,
which is
Virginia
also
Woolf. Actually,
so-
you know what's kind of interesting is that all of these are kind of intertwined.
Are they?
Orlando is
Oh,
about
yeah.
a character who starts. This is fun because I just actually read the back of the book, so I don't need to Google it.
Perfect.
Starts in Elizabethan court as a 16-year-old boy. This is a
Okay.
biography of an artist, a poet, and ends up in like 1960s America as a married woman.
Mm.
And it's the biography of a poet. Make that make sense. It's supposed to be
Beautiful.
quite fun and difficult.
Supposed to be quite. That's what I want. I want quite fun and difficult in my reads.
It's supposed to be the most entertaining
Yeah,
of
yeah,
all
yeah,
works.
Yeah. I haven't read any of the reviews, but it's supposed to be super entertaining and fun.
But this is, I mean, it's Virginia Woolf.
It's Virginia
God's
Woolf.
sake.
You must.
And who is afraid of her?
I mean, no wonder you're having a hard time clicking in, sinking in. I mean, I'm having a hard time with
they're
like
all easy and fun. I read God of the
Okay.
Woods, and that was like a zip zap zop. That was fun.
zip zap zop.
That was like a zip zap zop.
That was like a zip zap zop. Okay, in a press article, a friend and fellow performer, Nadine DeJory, actually who was just on the podcast,
Don't know her.
called you a cross between Katharine Hepburn and Lucille Ball, which like amazing. In a few words, how would you describe your comedy or your comedic voice to somebody if they asked?
Oh my gosh. Ugh, that one's tough. That one I don't know. That how would I describe my comedic voice?
Yeah,
Well-
someone's like, "What kind of comedy do you do?"
Yeah. Improv.
Yeah. I mean, that's accurate.
Mostly, yeah. I would say I am very much an improviser, even when I'm doing a sketch.
Even when
Or
I'm on
scripted
TV,
work.
yeah.
Even when I'm doing scripted work on television.
I'm doing voice work.
I am improvising.
I am a
I will say
live
that's
comedian
probably where my
improviser.
joy comes from. Finding those moments of spontaneity and just conjuring something up in the moment is so fun. And what else? I really enjoy physical comedy. Not to say that I'm really out here doing make 'em laugh every night, but I shout out to the make 'em laugh heads
Make
out
'em
there.
laugh.
But I make 'em laugh. The best physical comedy piece of dance you've ever seen in your life. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's the thing. Physical comedy, improvised comedy. Yes, I love big characters, and making things up with other people is the best thing ever.
I love that.
What else? I don't know. Katharine Hepburn. I do that type of voice a lot. I do her transatlantic voice for sure.
That voice that you
It's
do,
probably
though.
what Nadine was thinking.
So fun.
And then
She would, yeah.
Lucille Ball,
Oh, sorry.
huge.
Yeah, she strictly said the voice of Katharine Hepburn. No, and the
She might have.
energy, all of it.
Lucille Ball for sure. Carol Burnett. Yes, check.
Yeah.
You know what I recently watched again? That scene from. You seen The Court Jester?
No. Should I?
1960s film. Oh yes.
Okay.
What's his name? Danny. Anyway, there's this whole sequence. The pestle with the poisons and the kettle with the pestle. You haven't seen? You know what? I'm going to send you a
No.
link. And
Yeah, send me a
everyone is really
link.
gonna love it. Yeah, and you're going to be like, I do have a problem where I feel like a lot of my favorite types of comedy are old. As
Right.
hell. But they stand the test of time. Because
Oh,
we
absolutely.
love a tongue twister. We love a bit of pun. We love a bit of mistaken identity. I have a show which I co-created with my partner Ruth Goodwin, and it's called Entrances and Exits, and it does a lot of this kind of mixing of like improv and farce and like that British style of comedy that is just my favorite. And so that's one of my favorite things to do in the world is to do that show because it gets to merge everything. Anyway,
That's an incredible show.
Is this
too.
rapid fire enough? I feel like we are taking 12 years. Like there's
So fair.
probably actually
So fair.
in-depth
So fair.
questions.
Okay.
No, it's my fault. And
Well, no, I'm also like, I used to ask questions that I called rapid fire, and then they were like, "What's your biggest fear, and how would you overcome?" You know, like it's like that's not fucking rapid fire. Okay, my last one for you
I should
is
just say really quickly though that it was very kind of Nadine to write that for me, and
it was beautiful.
I love her very much. Okay,
Yeah, and it was a beautiful.
she was
excerpt
terrible on
and
this
all
show.
of it.
really bad. I kid.
What if you started
She's
like
the
a
best.
podcast feud and you two only the feud only
podcast
existed
beef?
on podcast? Yeah. Did you hear that episode that she did on I'm watching movie?
Oh my God.
Horrible. Did you hear that on
Gosh.
yeah.
No, she's the best.
After
Love
she
her.
said that beautiful quote about you.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, amazing. I love her.
Okay, last one for you of these absolutely rapid fire is, okay, what's something that you really want to start doing or you want to get back to doing?
Oh, something boring, probably like Pilates.
But valid.
I do want to get back to like moving my body more.
It's one of my goals every month for
I know.
how long?
And it really is just that little thing of even just doing a basic stretch and then being
5
like,
minutes of a
"Oh,
stretch in the
why
morning.
do I feel better?"
Yeah.
So that's something that I don't do as
Yeah.
much as I should.
That's
and I would
great.
like to get back to it for sure.
Yeah.
Is that
It
good?
helps. Yeah, that's
Also
perfect.
making millions.
Oh yeah,
Is
you
that
should
the
get back
question?
to that. You should
I'd
get
love to
back to that.
I'd love to
It's
get
been
back
a little
to that if I
bit.
could.
I'd love to get
Yeah.
back to rigging a millions. That's
Mhm.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I mentioned, we met many years ago. I don't remember whether it was through like comedy community in Bad Dog. I thought maybe it actually might have been also when I was working in casting and maybe you were coming into audition, but I can't exactly
maybe.
remember. I'm not very good at remembering how I met people.
Why not both?
But it was both. It was absolutely both.
It was both.
And I did learn of you from like performing or auditioning. I'm curious though, how are you with auditions? Do you enjoy them?
Terrible.
Do you feel confident? No,
God.
you don't like them.
No. I tell you what I miss is auditions
Yeah.
in person.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I'm
What do you miss
over it.
about it?
I like being in the room. I like getting direction from the people. I like feeling the energy. Talk about improv. I
Yeah.
like feeling the energy that you're getting back. Even if they don't give you direction, you can sense
Yeah.
what's happening. They see who you are as a person. I know there are people out there who are amazing at self-tapes and can just do, and they do it again and again and again, and it's wonderful. For me,
Mm-hmm.
no, I would rather have the freedom to kind of understand it a bit better, play a little bit. And I'm talking, whatever. Yeah, commercial auditions are what they are. But when you have a part that could be kind of cool or interesting or different from what you might usually play, it feels like you need a beat to kind of be like, hello, yes.
Yeah.
And what I've put on camera so often, I feel, is just kind of somewhat flattened, and I need to work on that. Let's put that on the list of things I'd like to.
Okay, great. Make millions. Pilates.
Yeah. Take off, make millions. Let's put on
self-tape. Oh, okay.
Self-tape.
We'll replace that. Yeah. It'll be means to an end. Yeah, I think it's hard to be your own director at home and like not get that feedback, because there is for people who aren't doing self-tapes and stuff, you will send off your self-tape and then it's not like, I feel like in the movies the actor is always like if the character is an actor, they're always getting feedback from the casting director, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't happen. You just don't hear.
They have time to do that.
Yeah, like in what world? So that's really hard. In like in one world, I could be sending off all these self tapes, not booking, and every time they're like, oh, she's killing it. One of these days she's gonna book it, or they could be like, what in the fuck?
Yes,
boring.
Totally. Like,
and you have no idea.
Fudged this again.
Yeah,
and I think. And then besides that, there's also like, I need to, not only do I need to do everything I previously needed to do, my makeup, make sure I'm dressed in the part, in the way that I need to be. I need to make sure I'm like, don't have flyaways, blah, blah, blah. But I also need to make sure that my background looks great and the lighting is right.
And the lighting,
sound
and the editing.
Is good, and there's no bleed of the sound from a neighbor or whatever. Like,
yeah,
it really is just, even for a self-tape that should be all of a minute and a half, short thing can take you an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's so shocking.
I know. I just did one the other day where I was having some tech issues. I just like updated. I record them on my phone, and I just updated my software or whatever, which I hate doing. I prolong it as long as possible because then I have to relearn very slight things and I hate it. And I was putting it off, and the video, it was like different. I think it's more high tech, and it wasn't focusing half the time. And then the light was really bad, or not that it was really bad. It was okay. I use natural light because I don't like the lights that I have.
The lights are terrible.
They're
also hate the lights.
bad. They're so bad. I look sick most of the time, and I've gotten so many different lights.
I'm oatmeal woman. Is that who you're going to cast as like
great.
vivacious friend?
It's so.
I've never gone out for vivacious friend.
Vivacious friend.
What am I
You
going out for?
should.
Librarian.
You should. What did you wear when you booked Murderbot? What did you wear in your self-tape? Do you remember? Because you got to wear this like bomb-ass
It
like
was sick.
hazard outfit. And I was like, what did she wear for this self-tape?
I wore a hazard suit.
No,
that I
you
have at home.
didn't.
No, I didn't.
Oh
No.
my God. I was
Could
so
you
excited.
imagine?
Also, I
No.
completely believed that you and Connor would have that at home just
I
from like a
wish.
past show.
Rip. No, I for a show I loved.
Love
my hazmat
That's the type
suit
of
show.
shows that you like to do. Yeah.
I love
It was
that.
really
It was
good.
called Hazmat, and it was about this guy named Matt, and
And he has
and it was
everything.
after the end of the world.
Yeah.
No, I wore like a green utilitarian looking
Great.
jumper.
Oh yeah, great. No, but I'm with you. I mean, I will say I am one of the people who really like the self tapes. Doesn't mean I like it over the in person. But I think especially for commercial, I like how convenient it's been and how much better it is for like my life. Because if I get an audition, I can record it at any time, at home, after work, or whatever.
Yeah.
Versus before, it was very difficult to like drop everything tomorrow. You're going to go to the casting room and you don't know if you're going to be there. You don't know how long you're going to be there.
Yeah.
So that I found really difficult. But the thing I miss the most about in person, other than the literal feedback from the director, is I miss the waiting rooms. Like there's so many people I realized I had waiting room only relationships with that
I know.
I missed. And I didn't have their phone number. I never hung out with them outside of a waiting room. But I
it's
saw
also
them so
It's an
often.
opportunity to network and to say,
Yeah.
hey, come to my show. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Let's get a coffee. Hey, like,
Yes.
I would love to see what you're working on. Oh my gosh, I'm filming a short. Do you want to come and do it?
Do you want to? I found out people were pregnant in waiting rooms.
Yep.
So many things. Yeah, and that is something that I really have lost. That I like really miss in that part.
I
Yeah.
totally agree. And now it's bizarre. You go back. Usually, it's only for callbacks.
Yeah.
Which, listener, is when they're like, "Oh, don't worry, we're only bringing a few people back." And of course, they bring back 1,001 people. But there's like the industry is so messed up right now. I don't know if you're finding this. The industry is just so intense that it feels like even the people who seem to be working a lot, it's kind of like, gotta get this. Like, there's not the same level of chill.
Right.
Where it was like, I used to be doing these all the time, multiple days a week. I'd see everyone. Hey, see you on the next one, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now it feels like you're seeing people, but it's kind of got that tinge of like, hey, and did they ask you to stay back or no?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, me too. I mean, yeah. Like that's the vibe. And it's,
and it's, I know it's not like a, that does not breed the fun of like, oh, fingers crossed for both of us, even though there's only one part, like that was the fun part of it too, was like rooting for everybody and being excited. And
because
just
the
like
industry
so
could
much.
support, multiple people doing multiple things all the time. And now it just feels much.
I know.
More sparse.
World ending. Yeah. Do you remember your Second City Generals audition?
No.
You blocked it out. That and like labor, you've blocked out. You're like, no, yeah.
No, Second City Generals. This is
Did
fun.
you do one?
I did do one.
Okay.
I did one. I can't remember the year. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Was it before Turco? Or would it have been?
Yes. Oh, yes. No, yes.
Yeah.
I did it long ago, before the pandemic. There was a time.
All right, Katharine Hepburn. What are you doing?
That was not Katharine Hepburn.
Okay, got it.
Oh,
I'm not good at accents.
Oh.
No, I will imagine I was like, oh, isn't that what Katharine Hepburn sounds like?
Once upon a time. Oh, she's doing her Kate Hepburn again. Here she comes.
Oh my God, look at her go. Katie Hep.
I'm not good at accents.
Oh, well, your resume would say otherwise, and I'm very excited to ask you about that.
I was going to say my how did you get my, this is like hot ones. How did you hear about that? It's just my resume, publicly available.
That's like the first line in Google. They're like, wow, Sean, how'd you find that deep cut? And you're like, literally, it's your bio that you put on IMDb.
You sent that to the producer.
You emailed me,
the general's audition was weird. It's always a bit weird. Because
Yeah.
you're in with a group and they're like, okay, improvise together and just have fun. And you're like, I don't know
Yeah.
any of these people. I've never met them before in my life. Like sometimes you get a pal and you go with them.
Yeah.
And then
But they can sense when you are, or sometimes they just know when you have a pal in the group. And then in the group improv part,
Yes.
fine, you try and jump out with them. But then so later on, for listeners of yours, they will pair you up to do just a
Yes.
duo scene, like a just 2-person scene, improvised.
Yeah.
And I always find if I have a friend in the group, I'm like, oh, I'm never getting paired with them. They know. They're not putting me with them.
Which is
It's not
too
happening.
bad because it's
Which,
kind of like
yeah.
let everyone just look their best. And but
Yeah,
I don't
you're
know,
not
who
going to
knows?
be improvising with strangers. Like, you're going to become,
Mhm.
you're going to know each
Well,
other. Anyway,
strangers
but
to friends.
strangers
No,
to
but
friends.
I did that audition. It was a long time ago. It was probably 2018. I don't know.
Mm,
And then I
mhm,
joined Torco. I was in Houseco,
mhm.
and then I was
Oh,
in
yeah, house co.
Torco. I know. So that was probably 2018, 2019. I was in
Mhm.
Houseco. I was in Torco. And then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
Like, it was literally, I think I joined in like November, December of 2019. And
Oh.
we were like, let's do this show. Boom. And so that
Yeah,
happened. And
yeah.
then it moved over to Comedy Bar East. And that was always that was a funny
Mhm.
period. And then we came back to York. And then
Mm.
and as part of Torco, I was still in Torco. And then so it was like Torco for me was this really extended period, but I actually
Yeah.
didn't do as many shows. Like, I think if numbers wise, I think I was in Torco for 5 years or something, but
Yeah.
really, I think I was on stage for 2.
Right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh. And did you feel, like, confident after your generals? Do you remember? I know that was a while ago.
Um, I don't know. I really don't. It was a while ago, and I think the thing for me was I had done generals, like, long ago because 'cause I've been
Mhm.
improvising in the city since I was redacted, and I honestly really I really wanted to do it when I was quite young, and
Mm,
I think I did a general's audition when I was, 20 something, 21,
mm, mm.
and then, um, nothing, terrible, and then I went away, and then I had done all this other improv, and so by the time this community is, like, big but small, and so you've worked with everyone
Mhm.
already, so then when I went back and did the generals, I was kinda like, I don't need to do it, da, da, da," and then when I went back in to do it, it was like, "Oh, I know most of the people on the panel, and then I do know a lot of more people in the room," and it felt more like
Mhm.
just having a bit of fun, which was nice. It was a nice way to go,
Yeah.
as opposed to feeling like, this is this scary thing." So I don't think I came out of it being like, "I'm super confident," but I think I came out of it being like, "Yeah, that was fun,
Yeah.
a fun day," you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And at
So
that point too, I mean, I think what's nice is once you get to the point where you know even like most of the people on the panel, you also know that, oh, this isn't their only experience of me as a performer. Like
totally.
this isn't going to be the one and only. Whereas, for TV and film, sometimes you're like, oh shit, this is the first time this casting director's seeing me. It's their
Yes,
only impression of me, maybe if they haven't seen anything else. So it can
totally.
be, yeah, a little bit more. And then when you booked main stage,
Mhm.
was being part of a main stage cast at Second City, was that a goal of yours? Like, was that something intentional that you were going towards?
Yes, I would say so. I definitely, again, I've been doing classes at Second City since I was 12,
Yeah, that's
and
crazy. I read that you had
uh,
started improv at 12.
yeah, I really wanted to do. I grew up watching SCTV and
Mm,
like old school SNL, and I was obsessed. I was obsessed with that whole mythos around that period, and was so obsessed with all those performers. And so yeah, I think from when I was really young, it was like, yes,
yeah.
I'm gonna be on the main stage. Duh.
Yeah.
And and then I think you kind of go away and have all these other new experiences. I went to school in Halifax, and I started a theater company out there, and that was really cool. And I was like, do I want to stay here and, make weird absurdist theater? And I don't know. And then I came back to Toronto, and I started doing stuff at Bad Dog, and everyone
Yeah.
was like, who's this girl from Halifax? And I was like, no, no, I've been gone for
Yeah.
3.5 years.
Yeah.
And then but it worked. Got to
Yeah.
be funny and new. And then I don't know, I felt kind of like, yes, when I first, it really was like, I'm gonna be on, that's my goal. And then the goal kind of expands, right? It's like, how
Yeah.
can I get on stage? How do I get on a show? How do I get, all these different, how do I get on TV? How do I do whatever? So it
Yeah.
kind of expanded for me. So by the time I got to main stage, I had already kind of done other things that I was really excited about too. So Mainstage felt like not necessarily like the culmination of a goal, but kind of a piece of this really cool thing that I was able to do. I wish I could have done more.
I know. Yeah.
Had a baby.
Had a baby. So you got pregnant while you were a part of Mainstage, and then performed pregnant for a while, right?
Performed pregnant the entire time I was on Mainstage, I was pregnant. Yes.
Yeah. The entire time.
The entire time.
And then you were put on bed rest, right? Is that okay? Bed rest is this like? So I don't have any children. I think you know that actually. I don't need to pretend that we know each other so little that you don't know. Yeah. Liz, did you know? 7 of them. One for every rapid fire question.
Listeners, bet you didn't know this. Surprise.
Yeah. Surprise. And I'm always like, what is bed rest actually like? I don't know anyone who
it doesn't really exist anymore. They don't really say bed rest anymore.
Oh, they don't. Okay, thank you so much.
And how dare you?
Thank you.
They say rest. Like it's kind of basically what happened was I was like admitted to the hospital because I had a risk pregnancy. Listeners, TMI if you don't want to know. But
because Connor was on a podcast, and so you had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connor kept doing this podcast. No, but my cervix was kind of like mildly opening, which meant that like baby could come sliding out.
Yeah.
So they were worried.
Stopping out. Oh no.
Anyway, so then I went into hospital and that was like scary and terrible. And Second City was really wonderful. I was on stage at that point. And so from there on, that was in December of 2023, I guess.
And like at what point in your pregnancy was that?
So it was mid. So it was kind of in a bit of a scary time of like not quite in the safe zone. And that was the big thing of when the bed rest term was being used, it was kind of like, no, you don't have to stay in bed. In fact, it's not probably bad for you to just be prone, but we don't want you out and about in the world and doing physical activities and all this kind of stuff. I remember I had to be like, can I just walk my dog around the block? And they were like, no. I was like, okay, so what can I do?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Upstairs? What do you mean? So I will say, like, I was in the hospital for a bit. I hate hospitals. And so was like, please let me go. I live so close. And then we're very lucky. We live downtown. So, 10 minutes away if needed. And I got home, and then Second City was great. They were like, okay, totally understand. It was the holidays. So through most of December, I was able to take the show off. My understudy, Connie, actually 2 understudies at the time, Connie Manfredi and Sam Hancock, and they were both so wonderful and so wonderful in the show. And I remember Connie just being like, don't worry. And then so when I came back, I was like, because basically what happened was you get to a certain number of weeks and the doctor's like, if you gave birth now, it'd be okay.
Yeah.
Great. Sign me out. Because I was losing my mind. There's like the piece of it that's like, you want to be careful. And then there's also the piece of it that's like, I'm not a fun version of myself right now. Like I'm just stuck. So I got really excited to be able to go back on stage. And I did, I think like end of December through January. And then sure enough, poof, she came a month early. Every single one, the doctors were like, they were like, oh, like now that you've made it, I can't remember, it would have been 35 weeks or something. Now that you're at 35 weeks, she'll go the whole way. She'll probably be late. And I was like, okay, are you like, this is medicine though. Yeah. She was like, anyway, my OP was great, but she was like, yeah, don't worry about it. And anyway, and then sure enough, I just remember because I'd been through all of this, I was kind of like, this is just the birth story. So all that. Sorry, folks. But basically, I was like in the middle of working on so much stuff. We were in development for our show. And I was doing Mainstage, and we had this big thing. It was terrible timing, of course. And I was like the busiest day. And I just remember waking up early in the morning and being like, something is not quite right. Miss Clavel, shout out for any
Katharine Hepburn. Oh, got it.
No, that's French. Okay. Right. And I oh my god. And then it was just like this. I think it might be happening, but it was very chill. I drove myself. I woke up my husband. I was like, I think it might be happening. And he was so tired. I think we'd been out the night before. You know what it was? It might have been a party for Second City the night before.
Mm.
And he had a drink, and I was like, whatever. Like, I wasn't, but I was like, like, let's stay out, let's have fun. The worst is over.
Yeah.
No, it
No.
wasn't. I was like, honey,
I'm driving myself
he
now.
had all this stuff going on at work. I had so much going on, and I was like, I'm just gonna get in the car. Come on down. And we had the bag and everything ready to go. And it wasn't an emergency. It was just kind of like, I think. And then we
Yeah.
went in, and I was like, just to be safe. I was paranoid about like TW, like leaking like amniotic fluid or something. And
In the car or just in general?
just in general. So
Just in
that's what I
general.
thought was happening.
Yeah.
I was like, just in
Yeah.
case, let's go check.
Yeah.
And I remember they were like, okay, well, they're going to take some tests and they're going to do whatever. And blah, blah, like we went into the labor and delivery, and the doctor came in and was essentially like, no, you're dilated. You're having a baby now. And I was like, what?
Oh my God.
What
It's
do you
happening, and
mean?
it's happening now. That
I
that
had to
part
spend-
freaks
and
me
I
out.
I can't tell you how many projects I was in the middle of. It was bad. I was like, I had to call Ruth and be like, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to make it to this. We were filming something with Colin Mockery, and
Oh,
I'm so sorry you have to. And I called my other friend who was about to run this massive murder mystery, of which I was the only one who knew the ins and outs. So sorry. I've sent all the pieces to you. I'm writing script. I was like, Connor, finish this script for me. Connor Barbary, I sent you this thing. Just let me know if you have any questions. Hey, like Susan in Second City, can you just let Connie know I'm in labor? Let her come in. I like texted
Oh.
her. I was just like, and Connor was like, you don't have, like, you can stop. I was like, no.
just gonna.
I remember I got a migraine. I was like, I can't type anymore. Can you just finish writing this?
Email.
Can you just finish writing this murder mystery piece? It's like really clear. The knife is actually behind the. I was like, it was a bit of a farce. It was a bit of farce.
Oh.
But God bless him. Connor, my husband, did it. He did all these pieces for me without question. I think like a rational person would be like, no, this is nuts. But he was understood.
Yeah, he knew
That wasn't an option.
knew what you needed. Yeah.
We had to do
I mean,
all
that's
that.
a part that like freaks me out. I'm still on the fence of like kids, no kids.
Yeah.
And that is a part, well, the part of like being completely out of control of my body. Like, I don't know, is amniotic fluid going to be leaking out of me soon? Am I dilated? Am I having a child today? Like all of that.
Yeah.
Do I need to be resting, but not always resting, but walking a little, but not around the block? Like, all of that. And then also the complete, like, okay, halt everything you're doing right now. Or like tie up all the loose ends because you actually don't know when and how you're going to be able to come back to them.
Yeah.
All of that, it sort of freaks me out of thinking that like I disappear kind of
Mm-hmm.
for how long, or did you always know that you wanted to be a mom?
I don't know if I did. I think so. But I don't think I had that burning passion to be a mom. You know, you meet people that are just like, I just want to have kids. I just want to be, I just want to be a mom. I just want to be a parent. I just want to be, and I totally love and respect that for people. I don't think I had that. I think I was kind of like, I think that would be great. I had a really close relationship with my mom, and I remember I woke up in the night. We didn't know, boy, girl. And I woke up in the night and was like, it has to be a girl. It has to be. Connor was like, okay. I was like, it has to be. Like, I was just like, I need to have. It was as if I like knew that she was coming or whatever. Say what you will. Woo woo. And I was just like, oh, I think I'm really excited about this relationship, and I think I'd always had a piece of me that wanted to have that relationship with a daughter in particular, but a child for sure. And yeah, so I feel very lucky for sure. But I totally hear you. I do think listen, as an improviser.
Tell me, please.
Good God, no. I'm just Catherine Hepburn. Just kidding. That was a joke.
Oh my God, that was her.
No.
Sounds just like my memory of her. My direct memory when I used to hang out with her.
Me, Catherine Hepburn. She's just the best there ever was. Hello, Howard Hughes. Okay, so
for someone who's like, I don't know how to do accents, and you're like, okay, wait, let me rip them all out.
Let me just come in.
Let me just show off a little bit.
No, what was I going to say? I feel as though I had the same fears for sure. And especially, when you are a performer and a big part of your life is kind of being, I don't know, public facing. Is that what we say these days?
Yeah.
And there is a piece of that for sure. I do think as an improviser, as improvisers, as performers, we are somehow equipped in many ways for a little bit of that letting go, a little bit of that, you know what, we are going to have to just go with what comes.
Yeah. Surrendering a
And
little.
amazing when you have wonderful supports around you to make that much more possible. But I think, um, I, yes, I think I was okay with a lot of those things. And I think you do have to just let go of certain pieces of planning and this is going to go this way and then it'll be this long until that thing. And because nothing ever goes according to plan. But I do think, I do think as a mom, as a parent, like it is so fun and thrilling to have something new and exciting every day. But yeah, for sure, that piece of it that's like, oh, my body's not my own for a while, and then like my brain too, and also my time and my life.
Yeah.
But I do, I mean, like, even there's little things that make such a difference. And even now, daycare, beautiful thing. But you're able to kind of reclaim some of your like, oh yeah, right, this is what I do. And I need to do my afternoon podcasts, and I'm on 6 or 7 podcasts a day.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Your poor family. I feel so worried about them. But
they
hey,
can listen.
they're okay. Everyone
Hey,
can listen.
honey.
Maybe that's why.
Go
Maybe
to sleep, mommy. Mommy.
Mommy.
Go to sleep, honey. Mommy loves you.
Honey, mommy loves you. Yeah, I think similarly to like how we talked about with self-tapes, like not being in the waiting rooms with people, I think part of it also is like as improviser, a lot of I'm trying to get better at this. Like there's a lot of people that I absolutely love and see as friends, and we hang out at other people's shows and in doing shows. And then I think, well, if I have a babe, I'm gonna need to probably hold off on the nighttime shows for a little bit, and like wondering some of those friendships. No, did you? Yeah, how did you navigate that?
You go right back. Listen, the
Yeah.
one thing that's really beautiful about our community too is like there are so many talented women on these stages that are just the best of the best, and many I'm lucky to call my friends and that have kids, and so people like Sarah Hillier and Paloma Nunez and just like, and Christy Person, if the lists go on, Natalie Metcalf, God, what if I forget someone now? This is the Oscars.
Oh my God, no, 100%. And then you're going to get stressed.
A name.
Yeah.
Jess Bryson. Anyway, there's so many people that have had kids and are modeling so many different interesting ways to be parents, be wonderful, loving, supportive, present parents, and also have a life, go do shows, go be funny, make their own stuff, be social, have moments where they are front and center. Like it's really nice to see and to enjoy, and to also then be like, oh, okay, yes, this is great. And look at these wonderful kids that they have. And so that's been really great. I totally hear you, because I think if I hadn't seen that and been a part of that, I would have been like,
honestly, like to be, a lot of the women that you just named, and like, even I'm thinking of like Aurora Brown or like Julie Mills.
I know I didn't say every name. Oh,
God.
You know
what? No, and to be totally fair, I'm going through people who I have had on this show and specifically been like, motherhood, how do you do it? Because a lot of my close friends are not in the industry. Close friends who have kids aren't in the industry, and they're in some more traditional like salaried jobs or things where
tell them to get into the industry.
Get on over here.
Come on in.
And
it's
like,
the water is warm.
It's so warm. Maternity leave, you don't need it. But being able to like, though, that modeling of seeing you as well, like you're a part of that, seeing you guys like be moms and also not lose like the performer and the creator, the writer, the director, producer, whatever, everybody, the hats that everybody's wearing. It allowed me to be like, oh, so if I want to have kids, I don't have to choose between that and like living in it. I don't want to leave the city. I don't want to stop performing. I don't want to stop creating. I don't want to have to choose. And for a long time, I sort of was like, I would have to choose. And you guys, you and so many of those women that you named have been such a big, like impactful part, even just watching from afar of like, oh, it's possible. And thank God, because I don't have to choose between the two. And it's allowed me to be like, maybe I do actually want kids, and maybe it would be great. And I could raise them in a different way than you maybe more traditionally see.
Totally.
Which sounds awesome.
Yes, and that it is common. Like, the more I think
Yeah.
you're out in the world, the more you're like, "Oh, yeah, my narrow view of motherhood is very much framed by this group of friends I know that have kids." When in
Yeah.
fact, the spectrum is very broad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people have so many different jobs and do so many different things. And anyway, don't don't work. I don't know. Live in a bus. I don't know.
Live in a bus.
Just live in a bus for
Just
one.
live in a bus. No, it's been so helpful. And just being able to like, and then ask people like, hey, how'd you do that? Were you scared? Were you whatever? You know, being able to ask it. Okay, so you did shows afterwards has been like such a gift of all of my afternoon podcasts.
I do just think like we, as performers, you get to a point where you're like, well, I'm not, how to say it. I think there are many people who might step back, and that totally makes sense, and that's totally fine. And then I also think there's people that are just, this isn't just a hobby, and it's not, a side job, because nobody's really in improv for the money. Spoiler alert, UConn.
The millions,
but
UConn.
It is a passion that people have, and it's a part of their life that's not just going to go away. It's such a so those pillars of your life remain the same no matter what. And there's all this talk around, your life expands. You're not the same person, but you're a better version of yourself or something. There's so much language around it where I'm just like, yeah I guess you're kind of sure. Like, I kind of do feel like the same person. Yeah. But I have this amazing kid too. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I expanded. Did I expand? Dance wise, yes. But otherwise, I don't know.
I kind of love that I'm like, well, because I'm like, also, I'm doing so much work to like myself. And I'm like, what? I'm going to get to that point and then I'm going to completely have a kid and completely change. It would be nice if I came back to this one and had the same issues and could go through the same. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
No, you can't. Yeah. You're going to be the same.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank God. No, I'm kidding. Oh,
I don't care if you live in a bus.
I don't care.
Or you have 6 kids. You're the same.
You're the same. You have an expanded metaphorically.
And I do believe that people change. Of course, I believe that.
But maybe not in the ways that everybody's like,
it's a special.
Look at your camera quickly went unfocused because it was
really
like
unfocused. It doesn't like when I do that.
It calls you out. Okay, well, my impression of you as a performer, one of the things is that I just feel like
is that it? Sorry.
You're like very like Katharine Hepburn all the time, but her doing wacka wacka.
Yeah.
No, I just think that you're like very fearless. I kind of just feel like you're not afraid of anything. Is there like anything in the world of performing that does scare you?
I'm performing.
Fire, like a type of scene or a character.
I actually said spiders, but fire is good
fire.
Too. Fire. I guess I'm like most humans afraid of the flame. Am I afraid of anything on stage?
Well, it could even be like on screen too, like any like a type of character or a type of scene or anything. Anything freak you out?
Nudity?
Oh,
no, thank you.
Okay, fair.
More like nudity.
Nudity.
No, I guess I'd love to try nudity.
She flicks her hair.
I would love it here first, folks. No,
I would love to do Winnie the Pooh nudity where it's
no hats only,
no bottoms. Yeah,
thank you, Lena Dunham. I don't know. Wasn't that the thing? I don't know. It was top only. I forgot.
Top only. Yeah, top only.
I don't know. I guess I'm this in live performance. I do have the fear of causing hurt to someone by saying something that is not even without knowing could be upsetting. So that's something that I think exists for everybody.
And is that more towards the audience, like hurting someone in the audience, or hurting someone that you're performing with?
I mean, I'm sure we've all had those moments where you say something without thinking, or you say something with thinking but without knowledge. And those beats, I think in improv that does exist. So
yeah,
but also I think with film and stuff, I don't know if there's something that I'm like, I don't possess the skills of an extremely talented dramatic actor. So I think if I was really given a big part, I mean, I could probably work. I could work. Listen, casting.
Yeah, I'm like,
let's cut that out. Let's just cut that out. Let's cut that out.
Everybody, cut that. She's being a character.
I think I definitely like the work. I do think I would be nervous to try something very like heavy and big.
Yeah. And in drama, like I guess too, it goes so earnest. Like there is no tongue in cheek about it, that you kind of just have to be like so vulnerable in a way that I think in comedy it is not asked of you in the same way, you know, where
It's true. It's a different type of vulnerability.
yes.
For sure.
Yeah,
There
exactly.
is like a stripping of yourself for sure in comedy that I think doesn't happen necessarily in drama, but I do think yes, that kind of emotional honesty. Like,
Yeah.
am I out here thinking at any point in my life I'm gonna Jessie Buckley myself? No,
What do you I
I
mean,
don't. Have you seen? Brilliant. She's brilliant. And in Hamnet, everyone keeps asking her about this screaming scene. There's this great like actors roundtable or something. She's talking about it. She's like, and then I just go back to my normal life. And you're
yeah,
like,
I garden.
yeah.
Yes.
And you're
I
like,
watch. Yes.
okay.
I was like, I'm
And then she's like,
traumatized.
no, but this is what she's like. I go back to my normal life. I walk my dog. I live my normal life. After Hamnet, I did need 2 weeks off in a small cottage by myself.
By
So
herself.
I just go back.
She left her husband, left her family.
That's not going back to your normal life.
That is two different. I had to say, I haven't even seen Hamnet. I want to see. I have not seen it, but I was just watching that clip with no context and being like, wait, hold on. So you're saying no, just go back to your regular life. And also, I was so traumatized. I need to remove myself from society and family. I need to go away.
I was like,
Yeah.
these are two different answers. And
Yeah.
bless
Absolutely.
you for your
Absolutely.
honesty. But yeah, no, I am very much of the like, let's throw some Tiger Bomb.
Some Tiger Bomb.
Shirley MacLaine's trick, Steel Magnolias.
God, you know what I'm realizing is you and I, this is one thing that I think intimidates me about you. Our sources of reference are so vastly different. Like from
I
different
haven't referenced anything
universes.
after 1999.
Yes, exactly. Except maybe we talked about Armageddon. Oh, but was that 91 maybe too, something?
99.
On the cusp.
91.
Okay,
Do
see?
you think they had the technology to fly to an asteroid in 91?
Okay. So then you
They
get
barely
2000
got
earlier.
to the moon for Apollo 13. They didn't. Spoiler alert for Apollo 13.
Oh my God,
they
I
didn't
haven't
make it.
I haven't seen that yet.
Well,
that historical. But I think it's like, I think our references are so different.
I have modern I have contempt.
Okay, your
references.
contempt book was Virginia Woolf and one that you said happened in the 16th century.
Isola. That's modern.
Oh,
Reese's
Isola.
book club
Okay.
picked it up. So it'll be a
Okay. All right, with Miss
I said something about
Witherspoon.
Hamnet. What else?
That's true.
I loved Sinners. What else is new? What else is new? What else is new? I talked about the new
Panicking.
trailers.
You
God, I
did
loved-
talk
what is
about the new
What's coming
trailers.
out? Is there a
Nothing.
new movie? God,
Everything and
Tron
nothing.
Ares really took us. It's like a pop-up ad I've seen recently.
Yeah, you're like, that popped up on
Aries?
Instagram once.
You know what I don't understand? Kids still really like Tron.
Yeah, there's one that came out like last year, wasn't it? Or is coming
I'm
out.
trying to tell you, Tron Ares just came out, and it's
Oh, it's bad. I did want to see it.
Of
I
course
thought the
it's
trailer
bad.
was kind of cute.
Let's look it up and see how it
Okay.
did.
Also, a friend worked on it, so I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll go see it.
Oh my god, it's not bad. I really like it.
But I'll let my friend know that you think it's shit.
No.
They've seen you
Imagine it's
perform.
like
They actually think you're a really great
99%
performance.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, what is it?
53% on Rotten.
Okay. I genuinely mean this. This question I was about to ask, it sounded so rude, but I meant it. Does that make you feel better? Like, genuine. I can't say it in a bad. Every delivery of that
Does that
question.
make you feel better?
Does that make you feel better?
But
like,
bad? What
like,
do you mean?
You thought it was shit. I joked that my friend worked on it.
Yeah.
And I'm paraphrasing.
Am I glad that the world
and are you
agrees
like,
with me?
oh, thank God? Yeah. Or if it came out at
No, because who's your
90%, would
friend?
you feel bad? Oh.
If it came out at 98%, I'd leave the podcast. I would be mortified. If I'm out here trashing Tron Ares, the critics' pick of 2025/6.
But then it would mean that my friend did really good work. So would you
I'm pretty sure
rather?
it's a Jared
What's the
Leto
choice?
joint, and he's toxic
Oh.
now. But here we are. Greta Lee,
Jared
though,
Leto.
we love her. Gosh,
Oh,
we
Greta
love her.
Lee.
Good stuff out there, Greta.
Greta.
There was something else new that I was like, oh, this is cool. One battle after another. No, something like
Oh, I just
newer.
saw that.
Something newer. Folks, what's new?
Newer. Tell us in the comments. Yukon, what's new?
What's new?
Let us
It's not
know.
now.
What's new?
Venezuela.
Was it like, because you've been performing live? I just thought about this with new. Because you've been performing live for so much of your life, what was like the biggest learning curve when you started working in TV? That was, what is that from? That's
You do know.
Titanic. You
Of
just
course.
sang Titanic.
I sing Titanic
Oh,
when
that
I
was
need to think.
beautiful.
Thank you for your time.
It's gorgeous. 1920. Modern. Okay.
1920?
Yeah.
Are you thinking of the original Titanic film?
Absolutely. No, I'm thinking of the original actual Titanic.
That was 1912.
Oh, April 20?
April 14th, 1912.
God damn it. 2 days after your birthday.
It's
Damn
the
it.
time.
Okay.
Good for you.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
I do think
Thank
about that a
you.
lot. April 14th, 1912. And then
I think
April 12th.
1920.
So it feels like it really was speaking to me
It
personally.
really,
He's
really
like,
was. Really
oh.
was. Okay,
Anyway,
so
what were you asking me?
I
else
just
is new?
can't think when you're like, and I'm like, wow, that was the exact fucking song. Yeah.
Okay. What?
Oh, what was the biggest learning curve when you went to working in TV? That's what it was.
How to act. No, I don't know. You know what? I got really lucky. My first actual TV thing, apart from commercials, my first bigger thing was I was on a show. Don't Google, called Almost Genius. And it was for CMT. And it was like it was when like YouTube on TV was really kind of popular. Like I feel like Tosh, whatever that show is, Tosh
Yeah.
2.0 or something was on.
Yeah.
And it would be like, let's look at this funny YouTube video. Like it was like, let's do America's Funniest Home Videos. So the premise of the show was, let's like show funny YouTube videos and we'll like put your faces on the bodies of the people in the videos.
Yeah.
It was so wild. But I remember because it was like early days of a lot of my group, like auditioning and stuff. And it was like this big thing to get. And I was so happy and glad to get it. And the cast they had was really cool and really fun, and still, friends with a lot of them. And the writers and directors were great, really funny. And so there was a lot of play, and it was like built to allow for improv. So I feel like I got really lucky with that being one of my first like larger jobs, that it didn't feel like, don't do that. It felt like, oh yeah, give us more of that. And so I think I felt more empowered to do that in comedy in particular, to play a little bit and to have fun and to like see what the director wants, which was such a nice gift. But and so I'd say like the reverse of that, when it's like really stick to the script. I
don't imagine they're letting you do that on like Murderbot. Where they're like, go ahead. Go ahead.
Actually, yes.
Feel
the
it
director
out.
was like,
Improvise.
Literally, the director was like, give us a couple of like this. And I was like, okay.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
It was nice.
That's
but
great.
it was like a weird throwaway thing where they're like, what if we do this other thing? And I was like, this won't make it. But we did. And I think that was fun. And I think, yeah, I don't know. You do a Murdoch Mysteries and you say the things, and that's totally great and fabulous. But like, I do.
You were born for a Murdoch mystery with your Katharine Hepburn accent. Like, come on.
Yes, this is me, Katharine Hepburn. I cannot wait to be on the Murdoch Mystery, please. That's a bang on.
Bang on. Bang on. I was actually going to ask you about different accents that you do. And then I was like, oh, I don't even need to, because you're killing it already on here.
I will say I don't usually just do a bunch of accents. I think we found a game. It's called a game.
And you got to follow. And you got to follow the game. Once it's established, you got to keep going. You got to keep going.
You got to keep going.
You got to keep going. You mentioned Ruth earlier, and I did want to ask you, so your very good friend and longtime creative partner,
Yes.
Ruth Goodwin. What is the key to like successfully working with friends?
We don't speak. No, imagine. No. No.
You're like, we're actually no longer friends.
I think Ruth and I have found a really nice balance of, we've known each other for 100 years. And I think we have, I think there's a lot of people that would speak this way around creative partnerships. Like our brains are kind of synced up in such a way around a lot of things, which has been such a gift for these longer projects of like, without kind of speaking, it's kind of like, oh no, let's not do that. Let's do, like, we need to organize it this way. And so that's really a magical gift when you can find that with somebody and hold on to that. But I also think, it's like the cliches that people say, communication is so key, of talking about how you want to approach things and what happens if this comes up, and just being thoughtful in that way. And Ruth's so good at that. And I think we both have like really worked to be like, okay, like, what, we're going to go into this and it's going to be a stressful time. How can we support each other in this, because once you get in it, you kind of don't have time to check in or pump the brakes or whatever. So a lot of that, I would say. And then just also like finding people that you still have a laugh with. Like I think You must have this with all when you work with people and you're like, oh, like if I'm still having a fun time laughing,
Yeah.
something's right, something's going right. If
Yeah.
I'm finding this to just be a bit of a slog, even if the work is good coming out of it, I think that's tough to maintain for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like your point. Like, I think anytime that I think of a successful, like, creative partnership with a friend, it's like a situation where always the friendship or like the relationship and the person were prioritized over the work.
Totally.
Like, it's got to be that we feel good at the end of the day of what we're doing, no matter what the output is, kind of thing.
And your partnership with that person, and I think this often comes from having a friendship that morphs into a creative partnership as opposed to a creative partnership that morphs into a deeper friendship. I would say, like, if you have a friendship and you can prioritize that friendship's always going to be more bountiful, whether it is in your personal life or in your work life, than just your one project. Like, if you think about it as like, this person isn't just this project. This person is, a partner on that possible thing and that possible thing and that possible thing and that possible thing. And in 45 years, I'm not going to be thinking about that lost thing. I'm going to be thinking about all the other stuff we made too. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's great. This has been so fun chatting with you, Liz. It's just so
Oh my God,
lovely. I'm
ready
gonna
for
ask
more questions.
Yeah. I'm gonna more rapid fire. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you about your Canadian shout out. But before I do that, when you picture like the ultimate dream scenario career-wise for you, what does that look like?
Ooh. What will it look like?
A remake of Titanic that you write, direct,
Literally.
and star in.
I either hum people in my life, look for it. I either hum Titanic or I'll go name that tune. Name that tune in the comments.
Oh.
Anyway, come back to me.
Yeah. No.
Don't
I was
Shazam it.
so proud I knew.
Am I spot
Yeah.
on?
I was so proud that I knew Titanic.
No, you did great.
Thank
It
you.
is
Oh, I'm so
from
obsessed.
Entertainment Tonight. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you. Okay.
And it just
great.
comes out when I have to think about
I
something.
love
I
that.
just have to sing
I
it.
love
But
that.
I don't know if there's like one thing. I think it would be, for me, I think it would be being able to perform regularly and make a living at it. And I think, getting to do film and TV that I really like and am proud of would be the best for sure. Yeah, I think just being able to sustain a career and getting to be able to perform live is so important to me. But then also, yeah, I think getting to create something that I want to watch and I have fun making. Now that's the dream.
That's the dream.
And millions of dollars, as I stated previously.
And Pilates, 100%.
And Pilates.
Wonderful. Okay, so I have been wrapping up these episodes by asking my guest, who is a Canadian artist or what is a piece of Canadian media that you are loving right now?
I mean, I think everybody's going to say the same thing, which is Heated Rivalry, right?
No one has said that.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Do you mean?
I know. Heated Rivalry is a great one.
Well, have you watched it?
Yes, all of it.
Okay.
Every single episode.
6 times through.
Yes.
I will say this. I think I was like later to the party. I don't know.
Yeah.
I used to work at a bookstore for a long time and loved it deeply. And I remember the books.
Was this the one in Yorkville? The fancy one? Fancy people?
I love that. No, never worked in Yorkville.
Oh.
And how dare you?
Who was Yorkville? That was Lindsay Mullen. Yeah. Got it.
I worked at a children's bookstore called Mabel's Fables, which is the best. Shout out, is the best store in the city. Yes. They just moved down the street. Still wonderful, still beautiful. And I managed it for a long time. Amazing kids bookstore, story time, everything. I still love it deeply. And so I remember the first book coming out and someone being like, "Oh, this is quite fun." And I mean, we're a kids bookstore, so we don't get as much like more adult.
I was like, oh wow, okay.
We get everything comes through, and there is young adult, and we do have an adult section, and blah blah blah. And so but I mean, so I was kind of like, oh yeah, I think I'm familiar. And then when that happens, and then you're like, oh, I'm not gonna watch. I don't know, but
Yeah. It's like, oh, it doesn't feel new. Or like,
like, I don't know. You're like, oh,
yeah,
I know not that I even read the book. This is making me sound horrific.
I've heard of the title once. And I read over it.
I actually saw a picture of the book of the one time on the internet.
Yeah, someone mentioned. I've heard those two words separately at some point, and I'm good. I'm good with that.
Yeah, but I mean, let's get into it. That not the last episode, the second last episode is. I will say this before actually watching the show, that clip came.
Yeah,
I saw the clip
of
the
too.
moment. We all know the moment.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is. I think I started crying. Do I have a problem? Started crying, ran downstairs to Connor and was like, you have to watch this. Also, it was that song I listen to all the time. And I was like, and I, for some reason, thought he really liked that song. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, no, you don't understand.
You
and
get
then
it.
Just was dying about how amazing and iconic that image is of just them kissing on the ice. And I think just being like, oh, I've like growing up, hockey is everywhere in your family, and just like this is an image that just doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
And now it does.
Yeah.
And like what a beautiful and so then I just like I think I watched that episode and then went backwards and watched the whole show.
Oh, did you really? Oh,
yeah. Because I was like,
so funny.
You watch the clip and I don't know. I have a problem with watching things in the correct order or whatever, but I watched this clip 14 times and I watched the episode and then I watched the series. I was like,
wait, so did you know, and like listeners, watchers, spoiler alert. Did you know like I'm coming to the cottage? When you were watching episode 1, you already knew?
Yeah.
Oh, Liz, I would murder you. I can't.
Well,
I would
I
murder.
didn't tell myself.
But you went in there. I saw that clip and it actually made me so sad. Well, I saw it because it was like half that image and half of, because it was inspired by 2 women who, like, I think she was a hockey player. And that's how she came out internationally, was like kissing her girlfriend, partner, wife. I don't know. Anyway. And so I saw that and it enticed me. The mirroring of the 2 images, and my fucking curious little brain snuck in there and read it. So then I knew that happened.
Oh, so you didn't know overall what happened?
No, I just knew that clip from like TikTok or Instagram. And then, because I hate spoilers. So then I went back to the beginning and watched it all. And I actually was watching it because Nadine Baba, who plays, so she's in it and she was on the podcast. And it came out after I had recorded with her, but I was like, oh, I want to watch this. She's in it.
Oh my God.
And then
now
was
probably that podcast has been heard 1 million. I will say the thing about it that's
all the
so
hockey
cool is that
fans.
it's like all of the it's like an international hit. Like
massive.
The world is obsessed, and all these people, all these Canadians that are on the show and that make the show. And, I feel like I follow Hannah Puli, who's the costume designer for the show. And it's just like, now it's all they post about and talk about, but it's like, what an amazing thing to just, I don't know, to show like what happens when we do invest in these stories that are from here and the people that are here and the talent that's here and of all cast, crew, everything. Like it's just anyway. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
it feels
and
good.
a story that like some studios might have argued like, oh, this is too niche in so many ways, and you're like, look at this. This is the definition of mass appeal. Like, look at how many demographics of people are watching this. I saw a quote the other day where someone's like, I love that I've watched the entire season of Heated Rivalry and I still don't know anything about hockey. Like they knew their audience so well. I was like, this is so good.
But I kind of love, I mean, the thing that is interesting about it too, wow, just going blah, blah, blah. But the thing that I think is so interesting about it is that it is this thing that inevitably it's not that you can be like, oh, it's whether it's niche or it's wide. I think it's like when you're pitching a show and you have these moments and everyone is trying to hit this target or this demographic or this whatever, and it's like inevitably the thing that does well is the thing that no one sees coming. Like nobody was out there being like, what I think will be the next massive international success will be this like sexy, horny love story about hockey players. Like, no, I don't think that people were out there thinking that, but that's what makes it, because, oh, good, this is something new and it's engaging and like it's finding an audience that we didn't know it would find. And like, anyway, I think that's what we need to be looking for, is not just the same thing again and again and again.
Yeah, agreed. Totally agreed. I have the book on hold on my Kobo right now, and as everybody else does, I have to wait 8 weeks, I think. And I was like, yep, that sounds right. Like, yeah, 100%. It's great. That was also such a modern shout out for you. Like, I was really impressed. Yeah.
Oh, should I do an older one?
Like Titanic. No, not Canadian.
James
I don't
Cameron,
know.
Canadian.
James Cameron is Canadian. See, this is
Yeah.
what I'm, like, you just know so many things that
He's
when
Canadian.
you say them, I feel like I'm stupid for not knowing that.
No,
You're
no,
very
no.
intelligent.
Well, thank you for saying it.
Very,
The
very
fact that I knew
intelligent.
James Cameron is
Is
Canadian makes
Canadian.
really rating my intelligence is
Yeah. The rest of the stuff you said today, I was like, meh. But
irrelevant.
that was it.
No, he is Canadian. He's outspoken about it. I'll say that.
Oh wow.
In a good way. In a nice good and
So
fun way.
I'm even dumber for not of knowing because
Very
he shouts
stupid.
it
Yeah.
from in
Unbelievably
Avatar. Was that him? That was him. James Cameron. Avatar.
Yeah.
I'm brilliant.
Yeah.
Nailed that. Liz, I could talk to you forever. This was so nice. It was so nice to get to know you. I do want to let you go because we also need to relieve mother-in-law.
Shout out to the grandmas in the world, folks.
Shout out to the grandmas. We love the
Gosh,
grandmas. We love
can't
them
do it without
all.
them.
Thank you so much for doing this. It was really nice after a decade or whatever of being around
whatever.
you or whatever to get to like actually ask you questions about who you are as a human and what you think. And it was lovely. So thanks
Aw.
for doing this.
Well,
I
thank
really
you so much for
appreciate
having
it.
me. This is so much
Oh.
fun. I always inevitably at the end of a podcast, I'm like, let's just do another hour. The audience is like, stop. But it's fun.
Well, no, they love it because you've been shouting out Yukon and like that's primarily my
The
audience.
Yukon-
So
I know it's a big audience for
it's
you.
a big audience for
Come on.
Bumblebee. I'm gonna go have a Bumbleberry pie. At
Seriously,
Mabel's.
let me know if someone says anything. At Mabel's. Mabel's is a bookstore.
No, I know. Sorry. Oh, you know what happened is when you said
Mabel's the pie, the bakery.
the bakery, I thought of the bookstore because I was listening to the episode that you and Ruth were on Lindsay Mullen's podcast, and you guys were talking about that in Yorkville and financial literacy, and I just mixed it all up.
Gosh,
My
you're good.
bad. No, I'm not because I said
listening.
Yorkville.
Well, no, but I mean, listen to how much
Wow.
listening you've done. You know things that I don't know because I talk about stuff on podcasts and then I forget.
Well,
And you're like,
because
"Remember when you
in
said
your
this?" I'm
mind
like,
you're like, my husband's not okay, my daughter. So your mind is where it should be. Trust me. This is recorded, so you can always listen to
this
it
is
back.
recorded. Love to come
So
back.
you're
see
gonna
what
be
I was
fine.
talking about.
I would love it.
Okay, well,
well, thank you so much.
On Hepburn, I wanted to say bye bye.
Nailed it. And I wouldn't know.
And you actually wouldn't know.
I
That
actually
was
wouldn't
really
know.
good.
I actually wouldn't know.